Nice to be home after 3 weeks
Sure.
on the road to travel.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We jumped out.
Yeah, hopefully they'll catch up on school.
I thought the last couple of weeks, you're young players, Kyle Benton, Luke Johnson, Will Spicer, Isaac Howard, all those younger guys have really stepped up and grown as players. What have you seen out of that young group? Is this kind of what you expected out of young freshmen, where maybe you go through the growing pains in the first half and then emerge in the second half? Because the old saying is you're not a freshman anymore in the second half.
Well, I like our freshman group. So you guys said before, right? Some guys have progressed. I think they're all getting better. So we've been really happy with the direction that they've all gone. So it's a good thing. We need a little more help from some other guys, but they're doing just fine. They're doing just fine.
Where have you seen some of those guys grow the most? We tend to focus on, hey, these guys are putting the puck in the net, but are there areas you're seeing of their complete game, their defensive play, and something growing well?
Well, I think they're just gaining confidence, right? The more you play, put in a lot of different situations. Some are having success, some are scoring, making plays. They're doing a really good job. And like I said, I'm excited about that group. I think bodes well for our future, and I think those guys are, having more of an impact here in the second half.
And says you see your guys say, "Oh, I don't know what you if I see you say guys aren't pretty good fight." Feel like that's coming up. You're getting key goals now, but there's still
No, I mean,
easy to come.
we're just not a high scoring team. It's just the way it is, right? Are we generating chances? Yes. Could we score more? Yes. But it's just the way the games are going. Power plays dried up a little bit here the last few games, so that hasn't helped. But I'm okay winning 2-1. I'm totally fine. We've been in a lot of games 3-2. It's like Friday's game, it ends up with an empty net. 2-1 with Omaha until the last 3 minutes. The night before was 3-2. Denver was 3-2. That's what we're going to be in, right? The odd game like Bemidji where we scored 5, those are kind of nice. But that's where we're at. And yes, is it nice to see guys like Benton score a couple of goals? Yes, absolutely. They gain confidence. 2 goals in the last 3 games. It's great. But again, those guys aren't going to carry us, right? We need it by committee. And so we need some other guys chipping in here and there. But biggest thing for us is we got to play good defensively. We got to play good defensively. It gets harder and harder in the second half. And again, we're playing, arguably 2 of the highest scoring teams in the country in the next 2 weekends. So you gotta make sure you're taking care of that first, right? So that's just what we're going to be in. We've been in that. I don't know how many years have we said that, right? It's been a lot. It's not just been this year. It's been last year. It's the year before. It's okay. It's okay as long as guys accept it and know it's that every play matters. Such a fine line, right? So
Play that style.
we're fine. I like our team right now. I do. I mean, I think we've played some pretty good hockey. I think we have moments where we got to eliminate some of the lapses. I think we got to bear down a little bit, have a little more discipline. But other than that, I think there's some really good things. We do like to see there's some guys we need to step up. We do. We do. But I'm very happy with like I said, our young guys. I think there's been a couple lines that have played very well. So hopefully we can get more guys going. Now we've got everybody available, so that helps. Hopefully it creates, some options and some competition.
2 of the veteran forwards are playing well defensively, and the game goes on, you say, "Boy, they're really playing well," but the goal totals are really beautiful.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know what? I mean, you guys can keep hammering on it. I mean, you know what? Hopefully they come, right? I mean, I'm sorry, like, it's the way it is. You know, all the guys aren't working, they're trying, you know what? Maybe bear down a little bit more, like hopefully our power play gets going again, because that helps, but they're trying, right? It's not, some pucks aren't going in. As long as we're keeping them out, we can keep it out, keep it 0-0. I'm fine with that too. So, I mean, it's not gonna be that way, but gotta keep games tight. Like our first period against North Dakota was one of the best periods we played all year. Came out of it 0-0. I was totally fine with it. Outshot them 13-3, controlled the play. Played with great intensity. Now, was it perfect? No, but I really liked that period. It's one of our best periods of the year. And we didn't score any goals. So that momentum carried over early with an early goal in the second period to grab the lead.
Talk about the demonstrated goal out. What does Luke Johnson project do? Be earning more and more ice time.
They've arguably been one of our best lines in the last 3 games, right? You know, they scored, they had great chances. You know, Luke, great effort on the goal, you know, winning the race to the puck on a forecheck, making a play. You know, he's been hard on pucks. He's fitted nicely on that line, you know, and those guys seem to really like playing with each other, and they're creating offense. You know, defensively, they're still working on that, but I'll take what they're given right now, because I think they've been really good together.
Contagious energy wise, at least for the team to have kind of back-to-back rivalry series. North Dakota and then close and call.
No, we know who's coming in, right? You know, obviously they're a top team in the country and older team, veteran team, playing very well right now. Well coached, you know, I mean, they're going to play like last year. We played them 6 times, you know, seemed like 8, but you know, we've got to be on our A game. There's no question, you know, but that's why you play. Right? That's why you play. Good measuring stick again too. So we're the underdogs, which is great. So got nothing to worry about. Just go play. Go play, and like we asked in North Dakota, go play simple and hard. We're going to do the same thing here. Keep it simple, play hard, play together, and the end result's going to be the end result. Not really. Not really. That's the kind of team they are. Western's the same way. They can explode. They can score. You know, but they can win games just like they did the next day by playing good defensively, right? So they can score in a lot of different ways. They can win in different ways. They've got a lot of confidence right now. And so it's going to be a big challenge, but when isn't it in this league? You know, what weekend isn't a challenge? So it's a big win for us on Saturday, and hopefully we carry some of that momentum into trying to put a little streak together for ourselves. But we'll find out on Friday.
It's not the actual series. They got that late secondary goal Saturday. North Dakota got a late goal in the second period Saturday, and again, we're playing awfully well in. How did you feel your team responded to that coming out with their period?
Good enough to win, right? You know, I mean, we get a late goal. You know, I mean, I thought they were a pretty good hockey team the last 40 minutes. You know, they started I think after we got that goal, I thought they stepped up their play, and they were the better team in the second period. I thought it was a fairly even team, but they were pushing, and you know, we got the bounce at the end, and you know, again, just a simple play on the net. No, we were fine. We were fine. Like the bottle the first period for 3 periods, you know, but again, that's hard to do. But I thought our guys, you know, coming off the loss and having lost three games in a row, I thought our guys responded really well.
You faced Brett quite a few times over the years. This big with us. Do you see any kind of similarities? So maybe what you took from this time here, now with the Huskies?
I think there's some similarities. I think all the coaches, you know, I think we all have similar things that we're trying to do, right? But yeah, I think there's things, but he's put his own stamp on it, and they have a different team. I mean, seems like some of those guys have been there for 6 years, you know, but they're very talented up front. Their top 2 lines are really good. You know, they've got some depth in their 3rd and 4th lines with some new guys, and there's a couple guys that are maybe sophomores or transfers, and they can But their back end is their strength, right? Their back end is return. You know, we lost a guy, I know, transfer that was leading their team, but you know, they've seemed to make up for that when Meyer was out, who's their captain, and Lutke earlier in the year. So they've got good depth there, but it's nice to have an experienced decor, right? You know, ours is not that experienced. We've had that in the past too. It's a huge benefit. And they're getting good goaltending too. So, but they're just a good team. That's why they're number one, right?
They went through a thing similar to what this year. They were contender for a lot of years, then suddenly they dropped off, but only for a year, and now they're right back up there. And that's just because they nurtured those guys along and got them up. Kind of the same thing you're doing this year is that you'd like to see it come to fruition before the year is over, but it's a great groundswell for next year, man.
I'm not even worried about next year, John. You hope.
I mean, you like this group, they're playing.
I do. I whatever. Like again, like here's the funny thing: we set the bar so high that no one's ever happy, right? So again, and again, for as a coach, we look at the process. We look at the process. Is it where we want to be? No. Are we disappointed? Yes. Are kids trying? Yes. Are we working hard? Yes. Do we have some good pieces to the puzzle? Yes. Do we have all of them? Maybe not right now. I don't know. But this group has shown it can play at a high level. It's also shown, like I told you 2 weeks ago, it can play at a low level. So we got to figure out which group we want to be. We don't have a lot of games to figure it out, and we're playing the best teams in the next 3 weeks. Play the top 3 teams in our league, minus Omaha. So we'll find out. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get better because of it. But I don't know.
That's what I mean, in the last couple of years.
I'm fine with it.
You seen that in the potential in their team when they were even down.
Well, I thought the 1 year they had all the pieces, they didn't do right. That's a lot different than what we're going through, right? We have a lot of new pieces that we're trying to put together. When you have all the pieces and you take a step back, that's even more disappointing. But when you have a lot of new pieces and you hope they all come together, it's taken longer than we'd like, but I'm not disappointed. I see some really good things. But hey, it's a results-driven business. Well, we're not having the results. That's all. But that's part of it. Yeah, I want to win 2 games. And I know we can win hockey games against this team. We can win against anybody we play. That's why last Saturday was a big win for us, because I don't know. I don't know losing 4 games, in a row. You got to win. You got to win. You got to find ways. That was our talk. We have to find a way to win Saturday. I don't care if it's pretty or ugly, but I thought we played a pretty good game against a team that's desperate too, in a tough building, and we found a way to win a game. And that's how we're going to win. We're not going to probably win pretty all the time. We're going to get games where it's like that. But this group's got to find ways to win. We found ways to lose. Got to find ways to win, and we found a way to win that game. So again, you're always looking for something to kickstart you. So hopefully, we don't just take that for granted. Hopefully, you go, oh, okay, this is why we got this done. We came to play. We were ready. We had a good start. Yeah. We win at the end. We won a lot of games at the end, which is fine. But you find something to kickstart your group. If they just take it for granted, then we're going to be right back to where we were. And you know what? It might not go very well this weekend. You got to go in there with confidence in yourself and in your team, and go play hard, and you hope that you score enough to win.
Digesting them, seeing what they did right.
Well, they've had good energy. You should after a good road win, right? So again, it's going to translate into the weekend. Again, sometimes people have short memories. Like you gotta build on things. Like, can't get comfortable. Never get comfortable. The minute you get comfortable, and we have nothing to be comfortable for, but sometimes when you're not winning as much as you want, and all of a sudden you win, it's like, oh, we won, right? So it's like getting up in a game, you're up 2-0, and all of a sudden, oh, we're good. Next thing you know, it's 3-2. You got to keep playing. You got to keep pushing. You can't get comfortable. You can't get complacent. You can't be satisfied. You got to build off that. And that's what I'm waiting for this group to start to do. Every time I feel like we're getting some footing, we take a step back. And so this weekend will be a great test for that. We may play great and not win. We may play great and win 2 games. We may play average and win 2 games. We may play average and lose 2 games. I don't know. But I just want to see our group come out with what I know they can do and play. Can't get so caught up in the wins and losses, because to me, if you're already thinking about that, you're probably not winning, because you're forgetting about how to get there. So you got to keep your eye on what you need to do in the process, and hopefully you get the results.
Luke, where have you seen your game grow the most since the start of the season to now?
I think just confidence and finding offensive plays, I guess. I think especially the second half of the year, the game's coming at me a little slower. I'm kind of adjusted to the speed and physicality of it. And then I think my defensive game all year has been, a lot better, especially second half of the year.
Is that the biggest learning curve, is what it takes defensively to be a strong player?
Yeah, it's our structure is more defensive style, I'd say. So here it's pretty easy when you got good coaches, good coaching staff, and veteran leaders. So it's kind of, you just got to show up and do work.
Like about playing with Ike and Spicer.
Yeah, I just think we're forechecking hard, and we're staying in the offensive zone. We're not really getting caught in the D zone a lot. I think we're using our skill wisely. Ike and Spice are highly touted players, and they got a lot of skill, but we're kind of playing a simple game, I'd say. And it's kind of staying in the offensive zone, I guess. So it's fun.
You see the goal you set up practice with them?
I just saw like a 50-50 puck battle, and it was kind of felt like as a D man, if you're kind of skating into your zone, you have a guy on you, you're kind of a little timid maybe. So I felt like it was kind of a 50-50 puck battle, and just try to get my stick on it. And then I won that battle. And then there's another D coming in on me. So I just try to make a skill play to Ike in front of the net and scored a good goal. So good play.
I just reading off you there and go on the front of the net because he sees you get to that puck.
Yeah, he was calling for it. So I honestly didn't really see him once I got that puck. I was just hearing his voice. So he was just right there. So it's good play.
St. Cloud.
Yeah.
Excitement for playing this weekend. Got a lot of family coming up.
Yeah, I got a lot of family coming up. My family comes up every weekend pretty much because it's 2.5 hour drive. But my uncle's coming his first game. It's obviously a good handle on, but it's a big weekend for us. They're obviously ranked pretty high, and we need these points, especially now. So that's kind of just my main focus.
Sorry. One thing, get your legs under you in the first half of the season, but second half, fall forward.
Yeah.
Just hold me their legs are higher. So how your legs?
My legs feel good. Yeah, I just hop in the ice bath once a week, so they're fresh.
Where do you feel your game has grown the most from when you first stepped on campus here to last weekend at North Dakota?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about the confidence aspect of it. I think as the game's gone on, I got a lot more confident, and I know Coach Sandy's put a lot of trust in me, and obviously moving me up in lineup has helped me a lot with Loney and Olsen, and just learning the way this level works. And obviously it's really fast and real intense and a lot of compete. So I think just try to keep doing the small things right and keep moving forward.
How much of those 2 goals that you popped in there on Friday night, you didn't get the result, how big of a confidence boost is that?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, especially when you can score in a building like that. It's kind of close to home. I had some family come out, so it was real special. But obviously, the more important things, the team wins, and I'm glad we got one on Saturday. Yeah, a little bit. I have to ask a few guys once in a while, but yeah, I mean, it was good to have family out.
Defensively, what's it been like for you to start of the game as a help playing with guys like Olsen and Loney who are pretty strong players.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I mean, I always, go over my shifts after the weekend and just kind of really watch the D zone. And I'm playing with two great players and they kind of make my life easy out there. And I think just what we do in practice, kind of the small things we learn, and a lot of talk on the ice kind of, helps kind of the newer guys adjust to that kind of systems and whatnot. But I think overall it's been pretty good.
What do you see as the identity of your line?
I think we have a little bit of everything. Obviously we have a lot of skill. I think Quinny, with his passing play and then what he can bring with his IQ, and Carter kind of same thing. He skates pretty well for a small guy, but he also gets in there in the corners. And obviously me with my physicality and speed, and I think we can all jam some good things together. So.
There a moment in the first half where you felt like it was starting to come together, maybe a little more for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think just again having that confidence aspect and doing the good things right, and playing with just every. I mean, you can play with anyone in this team and be successful. You just gotta, always talk, always work things out, and always have that aspect of wanting to keep moving forward and wanting to do well for your team.
When you got back from break and found out you were getting this opportunity to win and Carter, what did that mean?
Meant a lot. I mean, again, they're two really good players. Obviously, Quinny's here been for a while, and this is Carter's second year, and I've always kind of followed what they do in practice and how they approach the game, and just being by their side and always asking questions kind of helped me out a lot. So hopefully keeps them moving forward. Good luck for that.
Kind of unique skill set with your size, the speed you have, and how physical you can be. Is there anybody that you looked up to as you come in here?
Blake Biondi, he's kind of a physical guy. And I think we both kind of shoot the puck similar. Obviously he had a tremendous year last year with 17 goals. And I mean, kind of just usually the older guys, Luke Lowhite, I always ask Tanner, Jesse a bunch of questions, and I think everyone kind of plays a different way, but we all try to have the same goal. So that's a good part of it.
Well, you're trying hard to fit in and working for a spot, but getting a couple of goals like that, there's nothing better. Now it's got to make you feel just like it all is worth it. Now I see you feel like you clicked in even better now.
Yeah, I think again coming back to that scoring 2 goals. I mean, anytime you score, it's always a confidence booster, and it's college hockey is all about the tight games, and obviously this year we're I wouldn't say we're struggling with scoring goals, but I mean it's kind of been on the lower end of it. So anytime you can score and try to keep helping your team win is a good feeling.